It's Dabla Mom, and I'm excited today to share another dish with you. This dish we enjoyed while growing up in Sri Lanka, and it's actually a perfect dish to see us through the tail end of our winter as we head into spring. So this dish, it's called an oxtail soup dish, and I found a really beautiful recipe, and it really talks about the history of cuisine in Sri Lanka. And reading it, I learned that the oxtail soup was imported from the Malay community, and this dish we remember as a warm, hearty dish that was so tasty. And to know Sri Lankan cuisine is to know that it is Sri Lanka is a melting pot of different cultures, and we were so lucky to enjoy this the blends and the flavors and the blends of all these different dishes from the different communities growing up. So let's get started. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to list out the different ingredients, and this recipe, I love it because it's really simply put, and the ingredients are listed too in 3 different categories, so it's very easy to follow, and I really enjoyed reading through this recipe. So first we will need about 1.5 pounds of oxtail, and for those in Canada, I was able to get this oxtail from Highland Farms. They really have beautiful fresh meats. So this is I was able to get this all. It's all ready for you. You just need to kind of wash it and get it ready for cooking. And then you also need some carrots, some potatoes, some cumin seeds, some cilantro, some Thai peppers, some garlic and ginger which I've minced, some sugar, some salt and some pepper. You also need for the soup base some onions and some tomatoes. These are the spices you will need. You'll need some coriander seeds, some cardamom pods, some clove, some star anise, some cinnamon. And this is for the garnish at the end, which is we'll need some shallots, some cilantro again, and some lime. Okay, so to start with, what we're going to do is over medium heat, we're going to put some oil and make sure it's nice and hot. And then after that, we're going to add the oxtail in and let it brown on all sides. So now we have been sauteing our oxtail, and we've got it a nice brown color. So at this point, if you can see, we've slightly sauteed it and got it this nice brown color. And at this point, we will be adding the ginger garlic paste. And the chopped onions. And we will give that we will add that all in, and then we will give it a good mix. I also have to mention that this recipe needs to be slow cooked for about 2 to 3 hours. So it's not a quick meal you can have. You need to give it some time to slow cook to get the oxtail nice and tender. Okay, so we've added in the ginger garlic paste and the onions, and it's been stirring together with the oxtail, and it already smells quite delicious. So at this point, we are going to add about 6 cups of boiling water, and we have to add it in so to make sure that it covers all of the oxtail. So if you could just add in the water, so like almost right to the top. Okay, so at this point, after we've covered the oxtail with the boiling boiling water. It says to take a cheesecloth and to put the star anise, the cardamom, and the cloves and the coriander seeds in the middle, and to make a little bouquet of garni, and then to put it into your broth. So I'm going to skip that because I don't have any cheesecloth on me at this time, and I think I would rather prefer to have the spices in there so I could really taste those flavors. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those all in right now. Okay, so after we've added those spices in, we will also be adding in the cumin. Just going to use this. And then we will add in the cilantro as well. Okay, so at this point, after we've added in these ingredients, we will reduce the heat and let it simmer for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, this recipe needs to be slow cooked for about 2 to 3 hours on low heat to make the oxtail nice and soft. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to transfer this into my Instant Pot, and I'm going to pressure cook it for about half an hour, and actually I might just do it for about 20 minutes and then see how it is at, and then for the remainder of adding in the vegetables, I can finish it on this cooker. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now we've finished slow cooking it, or in my case I put it in the Instant Pot and pressure cooked it for about half an hour. It needed about half an hour. I checked it after about 20 minutes, and what I did was I added the carrots and the potatoes in at that time, so if you can see, and then I pressure cooked it for another 10 minutes, and if you can see, it all looks like it's cooked beautifully. So now at this point, what we're going to do is add the final ingredients, and then we're going to end with the garnish. So now we will add the salt and the pepper and the sugar. So we'll just go in and add all that in and give it a good stir. Okay, so now we're just going to add the last few ingredients for the garnish, and for that we will first squeeze some lime in as well. Okay, it's not cooperating. Okay, so we'll give it a good squeeze of lime, and then we will add the fried shallots on top. And then we will also tear off some cilantro leaves and add that on top as well. So this point it's for the garnish, so you can add as a little or however much you want. Okay, so now we have our completed oxtail soup, and it looks really good, and when I gave it a taste, it was reminiscent of a pho soup to me. So I think it was because I left in the star anise and I didn't put it in the cheesecloth as the recipe suggested. So what I did was I left it in for a bit, and then I took it out halfway through the cooking process. So if you would like to a less stronger taste, you could take it out, or you could leave it in if you prefer to have that flavor. So what I have here is some roast palm, or we call it roast bread, and it's a very popular bread we have in Sri Lanka. The difference is that we bake it in slices as opposed to a whole loaf. And what I've done is I've mixed together some butter, and I've smashed in some garlic, and put in some parsley flakes as well to put on top. So that will be a nice side dish for our oxtail soup. So there you have it, a beautiful oxtail soup and roast pang or roast bread to go with it. Enjoy. I was so happy to start my YouTube channel recently, and I thank you all for taking the time to watch my videos. And if you do enjoy them, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and if you hit the notification bell as well, you will be notified of all my upcoming videos. Again, thank you for watching.